What's going on, everybody? How everybody doing today? Welcome to another episode of One on One Talk with your boy Pico Brown or Pico the City Brown, hey, whichever you prefer. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is staying safe and having a good day and keeping God first. That's the motto: is to always keep God first. And I think it's gonna be a pretty good day tomorrow. I don't know. I think the weather supposed to be in the 40s or 50s or something like that. I don't know, but we'll see. Ooh, all right. But anywho, um, I got two good top. Well, I got two good topics today. It came to me in my inbox. But before I go to the topics, I want you guys to go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on TikTok. There's content coming on YouTube and TikTok. Hit the follow button on TikTok. It's Pico City. Pico the City Brown on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, that subscribe button, and that like button on YouTube. TikTok, hit the follow button on Pico City. There's all new stuff coming soon, guys. So just be ready. What's good, bro? How you doing, man? How you been doing? I see you, Red. I see you, man. Come on, let's go get them skates, man, like we used to do, and kill each other. uh, so story is this. Somebody wanted me to elaborate just a little bit on this one topic first about are angels and demons real? So that was the topic they wanted me to discuss because whether we like it or not, we can laugh about it, we can joke about it, but sometimes people just don't know. They don't know these things. And I'm not the smartest guy in the world, or I don't have any documents and plaques or degrees in this stuff. I'm just going by what I've been taught through the years and the things that I pretty much know, and sometimes things that make sense. But what makes sense to me might not make sense to somebody else, and the other way around. So, without further ado, I can only give the basics on what I know. So, angels and demons. I mean, yeah, I thought I said devils and demons. Angels and demons. Well, actually, they're different, but they come from the same place. If y'all, if you understand that, but if you don't, I'll elaborate. The reasons why I say they come from the same place because we all know the story about God and Lucifer. God, Lucifer, and Michael. I think it was Michael and Lucifer had the fight, and let me explain that. Because if God had to fight with Lucifer, that wouldn't pretty much been no fight. So just think about it for a second. Now I could be wrong. I'm just spectating. So if I'm like, well, this is just not my day-to-day people. So if God was fighting Lucifer, the fight would have been over with a long time ago. So I think it was Michael and Lucifer. Lucifer probably tried to step to God the wrong way, and Michael took care of the business and booted him about that boy. So he took 1/3 of heaven with him, or 1/4. I can never get it right. But demons are nothing but angels. I'm not saying all of them now in this day and age. They probably would. They probably Lucifer probably made some later on. We don't know that, but demons are pretty much fallen angels. Now, all fallen angels are still. Some of them are still held in captivity. Some of them are. Some of them aren't. But he took a couple of guys with him. So, by that being said, that was just a crash course on what happened. But yeah, there is a such thing of angels and demons, just like there's a such thing of God and the devil, and good and bad. There's always two. Now, yes, demons can possess people. Yes, they can. The movies we see, the paranormal activities, and The Exorcist and stuff like that. That's not just something somebody sat down and said, let's make a movie on something like this and blah blah this that, and the other. No, it's actually a real event. You know, people can get possessed by demons, and people and demons make you do. Well, let's just put it this way: If people are possessed by demons, demons are not going to make going to make the person he possessed do good. That's what demons do. They make you do evil, bad things to try to get you from where you got to go. Okay. Now, angels don't have the capacity to jump in somebody's body. Demons can do that. Angels can't, unless God sent them or He's working through somebody, and He specifically tell that angel to manifest that body. Which me personally, I had never heard any of it. Y'all probably did. I've never heard an angel possess anybody, only in TV. But a demon does has the power to possess people. All the killing in the world, all the wars in the world, this pretty much are demonic entities. You see these brothers and sisters out here killing each other and stuff like that. That's pretty much demonic entities. Entities. And there's always going to be a fight between good and evil. You still have angels that live in heaven. You got demons that live in hell with Satan. So that's pretty much the difference between them. One are good, one half is good, one half is evil. So there you go. Angels don't have hearts. Angels don't have flesh and blood like we do. They don't bleed. They don't hurt. They don't feel pain. Because if I created something if I created something and I created it just out of no feelings or nothing like that, that's what he's going to continue to be until I change it. That's with anything. So no, they don't have hearts. Angels won't spare nobody life if it's the order to do what they got to do. So no, remember, angels the one that pretty much tore up stuff in the Old Testament. God sent angels to do this and that, and they didn't say, "But Father, why we got to do this?" These people don't deserve it because the Lord already knows the heart and the intents of your heart with us and them. We have to follow orders. They have to follow orders, but they can follow orders without no regret. There's no absolute with them guys. They'll just do what they got to do and go back to wherever they came from. Satan, pretty much the same thing. Satan has no feelings. That's why the world is in the shape it is now. If he had feelings, he'll be sitting down talking to people like, you know what, now that was bogus. We can't do that, So, but Satan has no feelings. Angel has no feelings. Now, there's a lot going on with this topic I'm about to say next. It's pretty much about the difference, or well, actually, is there a difference between God and Jesus? So, some people say no, there's no difference. Some people say yes, there's a difference because God is actually Jesus, or yeah, God is actually Jesus, and God came to earth in human form to be, the Christ we know as Jesus. Is it true? Is it false? So none of us was back there when that stuff took place. So all we can do is see what the scriptures is laid out for us and the things that happened in those days through the scriptures. Now, me personally, I believe that God is not Jesus. Never was, never will be. I believe Jesus was a whole different being than God. But a lot of people believe that God and Jesus are the same people because some things that they say in the Bible, it do make them sound like they're the same person, but they're not the same person. Now, story time. There are some scriptures in the Bible when they asked Jesus, who are you? He said, I am that I am. Same thing God told Moses on Mount Sinai. So it pretty much it's like a toss up. It's like a toss, and sometimes people get the wrong idea. But it's like this. There are scriptures in the Bible when Jesus was. Wait, before I start all that, I'll just say this. It's just funny how people can take things and misdirect them because they say, well, God came to earth and, he tried to save mankind. But then again, when Jesus was here, Jesus was saying stuff referring to God. Now, that's kind of weird, but if you think of the stuff he was saying that we see in the Bible, they can't be the same person because why would I? Okay, that's like me. I'm gonna take the throne for a minute. I'm God. Okay, I say, you know what? I'm gonna come down and save mankind through Mary. Whoop the bam, all that happens. I grow up and I'm doing these miracles and stuff like that, and feeding people, walking on water and stuff like that. All that type of great stuff he did. And somebody say, "Thank you for healing me," and I say, "You're welcome. Go be with peace, my son, or go, live well, or whatever, whatever was going on back then." That would mean either two things. Either one, I am God in human form. That's one. Or two, I'm taking credit for something I shouldn't take credit for. Now, by that being said, number two sounds better than number one because Jesus never took credit for stuff he did. You can go anywhere in the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament. Jesus never took credit for nothing. Miracle wise, that was recorded through the scriptures. The people he was praying for, he told them, "Hey, don't give me credit for nothing. It's not me that healed you. It's from my Father." So that means there's got to be somebody else. You know what I'm saying? When he was on the cross, who was he praying to? Was he saying, "You know what, this stuff hurts, but I'm gonna look up and pray to myself"? No, he had to pray to somebody. And who is he praying to? God. So yes, and you can see God through Jesus from the the actions that Jesus was actually going through in those days. Because a God can only do stuff like that. Well, that the God, not a God, God, the God can only do stuff like that. And he never took credit for nothing. He could have, be like, well, thank you, and kept walking. Remember when Satan tried to tempt Jesus, when Satan tried to tempt Jesus on the mountain or the hill, I forgot what it was. But Satan told him, if you bow to me, all this will be yours. All of it. All you have to do is just bow to me. Pretty much, long story short, accept me as your God. All this will be yours. Now, if he was God, which let's just use common sense, if Jesus was God, he would have said, Satan, no, this stuff belongs to me anyway. But instead, he told him, all this stuff belongs to my Father anyway. He didn't say it like that, but he was like, this stuff, the earth belongs to my Father. So who is he talking to? Why would he come as himself and talk to himself? That's got to be a crazy God. Or he got the Superman complex. He don't want nobody to know who he is. So Jesus and God are two different beings. Jesus is the king. God is the father. Pretty much the same thing. You can call God the king too, but in his perspective, father is bigger than king. So there you have it. But people will tell it like, and everybody's entitled to their own belief. I'm not fighting. I would never fight that. But people say that God came through Jesus and God was Jesus, but he came down here. No, it wasn't. He sent Jesus down as a human. God stayed up in heaven. Jesus stayed on earth till it's time for him to leave. So if I'm God's son and he sent me down, no, it's correction. If I'm God and I send myself down, why would I give my own self the praise? But I'm gonna say, it wasn't me who saved you. It wasn't me who touched you, and you can see the leprosy cleared up. It was me. Don't give me credit. Give me credit. No. So he had to be talking to somebody else. It's common sense. He had to be talking to somebody else. He was talking to his father. So that's pretty much as simple as I can get it. There are two of them. Okay. Jesus. He came as a man, but he's not a man. We're man. He came as flesh and blood. We are flesh and blood. We can die. He can't. Although he died as a man. That's true. He did die as a man, but he rose up. If we die, and if God don't okay it, we ain't getting up. Simple as that. There's people still in the ground from hundreds and thousands of years. But he got up because I'm quite sure in heaven, him and God had that talk. Well, I got to send you down there. You're gonna die. I'm telling you now, you're gonna die, but I'm gonna bring you back. And Jesus probably had his, hey, he probably had his thoughts like, I don't want to do that. You got to go through this to show man that they can be saved and they can keep the laws. You have to go through this, man. You got to. They're gonna beat the crap out of you, but by them doing all of that, by you being my son, you won't die until it's time for you to die. Can't no regular man take that type of abuse. Think about it. He would have been dead. So it is what it is. And somebody's ringing my doorbell. I mean, somebody's knocking on my door. Hold that thought. I'll be right back.